Hey, do you guys know it's graduation day? It's the Sportz Nutz, y'all. Let's get it.
The Sportz Nutz are back.
You are now listening to the Sportz Nutz.
What is going on, my beautiful people? Welcome to yet another amazing episode of the Sportz Nutz, where at least here you know we won't blow a 22-point lead in the fourth quarter and lose by 11 in the overtime. Hey, I had to take a stab. Hey, we have some breaking news. Some tragic sports news took place yesterday. Shane, what is that breaking news?
Oh yeah, well, yesterday afternoon we saw some breaking news out of the world of NASCAR with the tragic announcement of Kyle Busch passing at the young age of 41. There's a lot of things and stories surrounding the issue and stuff like that. He a couple weeks ago was at Watkins Glen and called for a doctor. Had been experiencing a really bad cough and a sinus infection, and kind of just hadn't gone away. But was yesterday in the simulator there, getting ready for preparation for the Coca-Cola 600 this weekend, and became unresponsive and was rushed to the hospital around 11, and then not long after, maybe 6-7 hours later, it was announced that he had passed. It's very devistating news. Leaves behind a wife, two young children, Brexton and Lennox. His whole family was always enthralled in racing, and me being the big NASCAR guy, certainly hated to hear this news. As me and Brandon were talking, he mentioned, he said this is kind of one of the worst things that you hear about, kind of since Dale Senior, being such a polarizing figure in NASCAR. He compiled 234 wins over his 22 career there in NASCAR. He has 102 wins in the former Busch Series, now the O'Reilly Series, and 69 wins in the Craftsman's Truck Series, are most all time. And between the three series, he has the record for most all-time wins as well. It's kind of a surreal moment. You kind of look back on last week, the truck ran at Dover last Friday, and he actually ended up winning the race there. And the reporter asked him, why do these moments never get old? And his response was just kind of surreal now looking back on it. You never know when the last one will be, so you cherish them all. It's a sad news. I was watching the pre-race coverage for the truck race tonight, which he was supposed to be running in as well, and it's a onslaught of emotion, to say the least there. in Charlotte right now. But our thoughts, our prayers go out to not only Samantha Brexton and Lennox, but his brother Kurt and their whole family as well as the Richard Childress Racing family, the team that he was with this year in the past couple of years, and all of Rowdy Nation. Talked to a couple of good friends of mine who were big Rowdy friends, and it's still a sticker shock. I don't know if it'll kind of set in until after the weekend kind of goes by, but definitely, thinking of all those that loved and enjoyed Kyle Busch in the NASCAR Cup Series, and man, it's a major loss for the NASCAR community, to say the least.
Yes, it's a major loss in general. So our thoughts and prayers definitely go out. We have, back to the show now. We do have a very solid episode lined up for you guys. We are joined by our good friend. His name is Stu Paul, who worked in sports, radio, and TV. And afterwards, we are going to talk some good sports talk. Maybe we have a trivia question lined up for you. A lot to discuss, of course. But first, Matt, man, happy Friday. Good to see you. You made it. Recovered your phone, which, by the way, don't leave your phone anywhere ever again. How was the rest of your week? Did you get to watch any good sports?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Just keeping up with the NBA playoffs. What's going on with that? Just sitting back, catching up on MLB, seeing what the Braves are doing. Shout out to the Braves, So hopefully, we're about to come to a dead period. They call it a dead period in sports, man. That's what they do. But we're about to, come into a period where the sports are going to be scarce, Yes. So let's get ready for that. Paying attention to the NBA Combine, seeing some risers and fallers, seeing what teams are thinking about doing at certain positions, but also, trying to get more in depth with the story about Kyle Busch, man, and seeing what happened there, and kind of just doing a little reflection on his career and catching up on some things that I didn't know about him and things like that, man. So yeah, it's been a week. It's been a week, man.
Did you like my little introduction about how I took a stab at the Cavaliers for blowing that 22-point lead? I had to do it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I know all Knicks fans are happy about that. But I'll tell you this: the first 3 quarters of that game, Knicks fans are about to riot, man.
Hey, so, make sure you ask Stu about that one too, because Stu is a big Knicks fan. He's waiting a long time to see this. So, but hey, Shane, man, happy Friday. I see you made it down safely to the family. But happy Friday, happy Memorial Day weekend, man. Summertime is officially here, at least for all the little ones. But how was the rest of your week, man, other than the news yesterday of the, Kyle Rowdy unfortunately passing away?
Yep, man, it's been good. We had a little cookout dinner at work, some ribeyes, baked potatoes, salad, and all that kind of good stuff. So enjoyed that yesterday. Just kind of one of those things to kind of sit back and relax. Made the rest of the week really go by quick. It's almost like I blinked today and the day was gone. But man, other than that, man, and I didn't go anywhere. I'm still up in the mountains. They're just they're all shipping up this way this weekend. So, but yeah, it's definitely great. Especially we've always got to remember the reason for it that we celebrate this holiday weekend. For those that gave the ultimate sacrifice here on Memorial Day. So definitely fun to get out with family and all. But you always got to remember the true reason why we celebrate this weekend. Absolutely.
Tonight, as we mentioned, our good friend Stu Paul is here. He has a very interesting story, and y'all are going to enjoy his little interview, actually. And afterwards, we have more sports. Without further ado, Stu, my man, happy Friday, sir. You made it. How was your day?
Not too bad, Brandon. How was yours? Matt, Shane, thank you very much for having me. Matt, I'm sorry for you because I couldn't wait to jump on talking about the Knicks because I've been a Knicks fan since 1967. I'm aging myself when I was in elementary school when Walt Frazier, Phil Jackson, the same one that's been a great coach. He was a great backup power forward, and Dollar Bill Bradley, who became New Jersey Senator Bill Bradley, when he joined the Knicks in 67. Then when they added Dave DeBusschere along the mix, Reed and Dick Barnett, then they wound up winning a couple of championships, which they haven't won since 73. So I've been winning 53 long years. I was just in the 9th grade back then. I can't wait to see what happens, but I'm not ready to celebrate yet. But that 22-point comeback was something. Not only Jalen Brunson, but Landry Shamet doing his own magic with some clutch shots. And, his bounce reminded me of what Halliburton did in the first game last year in the Eastern Finals when Indiana came back from a big deficit against the Knicks and they came back and won. And I was really pretty upset about it. It wasn't meant to be, but under Mike Brown, I really like what I'm seeing thus far from this Knicks team.
Oh, absolutely. Stu, let's go right into it with now you are from the great state of New York. You grew up as you said, as a New York Knicks fan. And you recently told me a story about how, like you just mentioned, about how long you have been waiting to see the Knicks win another championship. If you can, for whatever reason, it is very well documented that northern states, more specifically with basketball, football, and actually all around, really, it's not just a single generation or a second generation even of fandom. It's more like a fifth, sixth, or even eighth generation fandom. How far in that front are you as generational Knicks fans? And then also, can you maybe explain to us why it is so prominent in the North that there are so many generational fans?
Well, I really think, being it's a large city and it's the entertainment capital world, I think people really like to take pride in being on top. And it's really a shame, Brandon, because New York City has not really had the kind of success as far as championships over the last, let's say, 3 or 4 decades, with the exception of the Yankees winning in the mid to late 90s and at the end of 09. I go back to a golden year because not only the Knicks winning in the early 70s, rather, but don't forget the New York Jets winning the AFL championship in 68, winning Super Bowl III, becoming the first AFL team, and then the Miracle Mets winning in 1969 under Lake Hodges when they came from 9th place in 68 to winning the World Championship in 1969, which was beyond everybody's dreams. But, it's really tough to answer that question, to be honest, because a lot of these young generations never really got to experience that golden era, even around the time when the Vietnam era took place, when there was a lot of racial tension, crime increasing in New York in the late 60s. People were starting to move out, but I'm glad that my folks stayed. But, it's something that people have wanted. They take pride in being number one, and you don't have to deal with that tough media on a day-to-day basis. It's a distraction, I can imagine, for a lot of the pro athletes, but that's something that they realize they have to deal with. And of course, you just have to go out and just try and play your game and focus. But I think this Knicks team is certainly focused compared to the last 2 years. Problem with Tom Thibodeau, he did use his bench all the time. Is using his bench. Dukes, Bryant is starting to do well. Mikal Bridges is starting to do well. Anunoby, until he recently got hurt, he came alive in a couple of games against the Hawks. To have all these guys playing together, and that's the same with all the other New York teams. You got to be on the same page, even with the Mets struggling, and even the ups and downs. You have to have every element working. Baseball, pitching, defense, and offense have to work. And same thing with basketball. You have to have both offense and defense. Everybody has to be on the same page. And even if you're sitting on the bench, you still got to be pretty ready. But I think sometimes, when you don't win on a year-to-year basis, like a lot of these New York teams have not won the last couple of decades, it's kind of hard, and the pressure's on them right now. But this Knicks team seems to be focused and possessed. And I know they're not celebrating yet. They're halfway toward the finals, which they haven't been in since 1999. But the old adage, you got to take it one day at a time.
Oh, absolutely. And, this team, you're right. This team, there's just something about this Knicks team it's different than any teams I've watched. I mean, I had mentioned to you before, I remember turning on and watching, Jeff Van Gundy grab basically Patrick Ewing and say, no. And
remember that.
Everything. I remember that so well. And that was, put it to his perspective. I was a sophomore in high school the last time the Knicks went to the finals. So it's been a long time, and it's nice. It's kind of, honestly, it's really refreshing to see not having the same old people, the over and overs, the Miami Heats and whatever not. It's just nice to see refreshment. All right, Shane, go ahead, man.
Oh, yeah, Stu. Well, thanks again for joining us this evening, man. We really do appreciate it. In the research for tonight's show, I learned many interesting things about you and your long, illustrious career. in the sports world. One of those things I noticed you've been a play-by-play guy for many minor league ball clubs. One being right there in Salem, Virginia, only about 30 minutes up I-81 from my hometown there in Radford, Virginia. So I've been to a couple games up there before. Of course, they were the Avalanche by that point. But what I want to know is what's your favorite club to call for, and what are some most memorable moments that you had with that club?
I'd have to say the San Antonio, Shane, because I had spent the majority of my time with them. The 17, when we were with them the first time with the San Diego Padres, that's great. They didn't have that. Randy Ruddy, the former infielder, was our manager, but we had Chase Headley, who went on to play for the Padres, and in my hometown with the New York Yankees, we had Sean Casmore, who had a cup of coffee. Will Venable, who became the manager of the Chicago White Sox, had some good years to San Diego. Nick Hundley was our great catcher, now in the athletics organization as an executive. Josh Gear. We had a very good game in the second half, and we had guys that just liked each other, knew how to play together, and that was certainly one of my favorite teams. And of course, I can't get the 02 and 03 teams where we were affiliated with the Seattle Mariners. And when let's see, it was in 02 when they beat the Tulsa Oilers. No, I'm sorry, Oilers, which I call for Tulsa Drillers. They were a Texas League Farm Club, and then the Rangers moved their affiliate to Frisco, who moved from Shreveport, Louisiana. And Frisco's outside the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So the back-to-back years when the Missions won 03, but we've had quite a few guys that had made it over the years from San Antonio, were among my favorites as well.
Oh, man, that's pretty cool to learn about that one. Matt, go ahead, man.
Yeah, Stu, like Shane and Brandon alluded to, man, we really appreciate you coming on, man. I'm going to go back and touch on the Knicks for a little bit. As we know right now, the Knicks are up 2-0 in the Eastern Conference Finals. I want you to tell me from an honest standpoint, think about the teams that you had with Patrick Ewing, Larry Johnson, as we know, when he hit the 4-point play, Bernard King, when him and that team. I want you to think of all the Knicks teams you had. Does this particular team now feel like the most complete Knicks team that you've ever seen in your lifetime, or not? And if not, which team was?
Not yet. 1970, that was. They had Willis Reed, who was probably the strongest athlete I've ever seen. And until he got hurt against the Lakers in the finals, he was dominant. One game against the old Baltimore Bulls, 30 points, 36 rebounds. But you also have to realize, Matt, athletes back then were not as big and strong. Walt Fletcher, who's now a Knick broadcaster, was only 6'4". Now you have 7. Bill Bradley, back then only 6'5". Dave DeBush is 6'6", but Dave was a massive specimen. It was a complete team because they knew how to play defense. They passed the ball around. Red Holzman, the late Red Holzman, was a great coach, 613 lifetime wins. He coached the defense, but believe it or not, he asked suggestions to the players on offense because he knew they were a smart team. They were not only aggressive, they not only were smart, they didn't waste any opportunities back. They were a very smart team. 60-22 that year. Then they beat the Baltimore Bullets, although that took games. Then Lou Alcindor, known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, was with the Bucks and already a dominant young center. But they have a very good team with Dandridge and McLaughlin. Oscar Robertson did join until the following year. They were an up-and-coming team, but they lost in 5 games. But the Lakers, with all the experience they had, being as bridesmaids, they were very hungry. But the only problem was Will Chamberlain, his foul shots, and again against Willis Reed, even when Willis came back to getting injured in Game 5, Willis was so tough defending him. And again, you had Jerry West, you had Elgin Baylor. They were hungry, but this Knicks team was so determined in 1970. But the reason why I say that, they have the best record in their 80-year history, Matt, plus the fact that they did. It took 7 games, but I think had Willis not gotten hurt, it could have been a different story. But don't forget, when Jerry West had a 63-foot shot in overtime in Game 3 at the old Inglewood Forum, it was an overtime. Well, guess what? If they had the three-pointer back then, the Lakers would have been NBA champs for the first time because of the fact that they would have won it in 6 games, 4 games to 2. But luckily, it went into overtime, which the Knicks eventually won. But I thought that was the most complete team. You got to play smart. You got to play sloppyless basketball. That 70 team certainly did not play any sloppy basketball at all. Smart basketball, but this Knicks team is coming pretty close. I think Brunson is almost the second Walt Frazier as far as I'm concerned. But the only difference is these guys have yet to win a championship ring. They can't worry about what's going to happen because the Spurs and especially Oklahoma City are going to be tough. I wish Isaiah Robinson was still a Knick because they were not going to get a contract for him because the guy can rebound, he can score some points. I know I'm going around the world 80 days, but I thought that 70 team was the greatest. I'm sorry you guys didn't see it. Yeah, a different time, but they were a smart team. And I don't know how they would match to a bigger and faster, but the Knicks' brains certainly with the rest of the NBA teams, regardless of era.
I dig it. Why do you think, Stu, that it's now obviously it's been well mentioned a lot, but especially by us, but why do you think the city of Buffalo is possibly cursed? I mean, the Bills, they're the only sporting franchise in the history of all sports to go to 4 straight championships and lose all 4. And then they just can't get over that hurdle. And then we saw the Sabres up until this season hadn't done much anything since 2007. What are your thoughts as to why Buffalo is cursed?
I don't know. I mean, they should have won back on Norwood. Could have been the Giants, and he missed an easy field goal. But I felt bad for Jim Kelly, and he had been battling cancer. That's a tough question, Brandon. I wish I can say it, but then again, my hometown in New York has been a little bit cursed. But yeah, I mean, I felt Buffalo could have won it last year. They could have, won again in the AFC Championship game, but they didn't do it. I figured with Allen being the leader, I thought things would work out, but it certainly did not. I don't know, but you get into the Super Bowl 4 straight years, you figured something would happen, at least one, maybe Super Bowl, but that hadn't been the case. But when they lost 1991, that had to be Super Bowl 25. Jacksonville broadcasting for the Suns, and I was watching it. And even though I'm a long-suffering Jet fan, back to Joe Namath era, when I saw their only championship team in '68, I was pulling for the Giants because being from New York, but they dodged the bullet when Nord blew it because I don't think the Giants beat the Buffalo Bills in that big Super Bowl, Brandon, but I think the Buffalo Bills beat the Buffalo Bills.
I agree. Shane, go ahead, man.
Oh yeah, well, Stu, as I mentioned before, I found out a lot in preparation for the show tonight. I touched on the baseball side with you that you cover, but you're not just that one-trick pony. You've covered about almost everything that there is. But with that being said, what's your favorite sport to kind of sit there and call and really just sit and enjoy the game?
And that's a great question. And it's baseball. I mean, I've done football, I've done basketball, I've done hockey, Shane. Baseball, you're out there every single night. And I love that batter and pitcher duel that could happen anytime, bases loaded. And that's what I like about it. The nice weather and every has a chance to do something from batters 1 through 9. And that's what I really like about the game. But again, it was the first sport I ever followed. And you play it every night. Football's once a week. Basketball and hockey 2, maybe 3 times a week. But I love that everyday grind, and I love going out to the ball every single night all these years. Not only as a fan, especially going to major, but at the same time, I love visiting the different cities. I love the strategy. The only thing I don't like, and what ticks me off, why have a man on second base with nobody out? I don't care how long the games go. What I really, really infuriates me, make them earn their way on base. Why can't Manfred realize that? Because he also implanted the idea of the major leagues. Thank God they didn't do it in the playoffs and World Series. I mean, come on. I mean, there have been 25 games, 25 inning games, 12 games. It can be a long game. Guys that even when they're not in the field, they're still resting on the dugout when they're batting. That's something I think they need to get rid of. In my honest opinion, I'm not Manfred, but they should get rid of that. But I the grind. I know I'm answering questions where I'm going a little bit off tangents, but things that really come to mind. But just that strategy. I mean, you never know. A running home run, a great extended catch, anything can happen in the game. That's why I like him, Shane.
Amen. Matt, go ahead, man.
Now, Stu, I kind of heard you say you were a long-time suffering Jets fan in there, man. I kind of heard you say that, man. But speaking of that, the Jets, man, they've kind of gone through constant quarterback changes over the years. So why has it been, in your opinion, tell us, why has it been so hard for this franchise to find stability at that position?
Well, it's not just the quarterback. And with all due respect to Geno Smith, why did they bring him back? Go after a young quarterback. But the other guys who haven't really done well, although I'm happy for Scott Darnold, I'm really very happy for him because he never got a chance. But I'll tell you why, Matt. No offensive line. They can't block. And then just make these stupid penalties where they give the other team a chance to catch a second breath. And you can't continue to have an offensive line. And if you're not going to protect your quarterback, he's going to get laid flattened on his butt almost time out. Really haven't had that great of a quarterback, I don't think, since Matt Robinson when he was a Jet in the mid 80s. So Richard Todd was kind of up and down. Kenny O'Brien, they had Testaverde, but unfortunately, Vinny did pan out as well. But it's not just the quarterback, man. It's the whole team. They just don't seem to know how to play. But I really think they have that contagious and defeatist attitude. How are we going to lose today? I think that's probably the reason why the quarterbacks have suffered. You can't just put your finger on the quarterback alone. You got to look at the whole team. But the offense over the years has been brutal and weak, in my honest opinion. And that's one of the reasons why the Jet quarterbacks have suffered. Joe Namath, he had a pretty good line with Winston Hill, Dave Herman, Randy Rasmussen, who played for 15, 16 years, John Schmidt, Pete Lammons, the tight end. I'm talking about the 68 team. Well, I remember the words of Burl Harmon, my friend and Jets radio voice back then, on January 12, 1969, when he said the clock has run out and the ball game is over. There's the gun, and the Jets are champions of the football world. I was 10 years old, but unfortunately, it's the merger, except for the early 80s when they had Mickey Schuler and Richard Todd and Jerome Barkham. They haven't done much, and Woody Johnson and some of the guys who work in the front office. I mean, for Aaron Glenn, yeah, I got to give him a pass. You can't just judge him on 1 year, but he's got to have the personnel if he's going to be a successful coach. But if you don't have the players that help the quarterback's going to suffer. No two ways about it.
Absolutely. Shane, go ahead, man.
Oh yeah, well, Stu, man, it's been a pleasure speaking with you tonight, and it means the world to us that you took time out of your busy day and schedule to speak with us a little bit tonight. You not only have a great voice on the radio, but you also do some TV as well. Can you give our listeners and fans out there kind of a insight on the differences that you have to go through between a radio broadcast and a TV broadcast, and what makes those types of events special to you?
Shane, that is an excellent question. I'm glad you brought that up. There is a big difference because you don't have to say wind up in the pitch all the time. You don't have to mention that a basketball player is dribbling along the right side. I think maybe the only exception, Shane, because people are still learning about the sport of hockey, and it's a very fast-paced game. You still almost have to do a radio play-by-play in order for people to follow it up. But the difference is you don't have to – all you have to do is basically identify the players. And same thing, on the TV. You don't have to say – well, sometimes it's okay to mention the defensive alignment if the camera is showing – a shot from behind center field and you're only seeing the pitcher, batter, and catcher and umpire, then it's okay if you mention defense. But you don't have to say wind up. You don't have to paint the entire picture, which you must do in radio. Baseball's the perfect sport because you still have time to pace yourself. You still have time to mention about players between pitches and all that, because the action time of a 2.5 to 3 hour game is only 15 minutes. So you just got to try to fill in. But TV, the picture's there. Same thing with football. You can still mention who's the tight end on the left or right, or you can mention about the wideouts. You can mention the quarterback. You can mention, but you don't have to say slot formation left, slot formation right. People can see that. And same thing with basketball. You don't have to say hook shot. People can see a hook shot. But I think the only exception where you probably need to do TV and radio is hockey, because the sport is fast enough and demanding about it. And that's the difference right there.
Absolutely. His name is Stu Paul. Now, he is based in San Antonio, Texas. Real quick, Stu, before I let you go, can you let everybody know your thought? Who do you think wins who do you think is the winner of the Stanley Cup in your eyes? And then also, can you tell everybody where they can find you on social media?
Okay. That is a good question. I feel the Montreal Canadiens have themselves a very good chance. The way they've been playing, I really have to like their chances. But Carolina has been pretty tough in recent years. I think it's really going to be a toss-up among those two teams as far as I'm concerned.
And where can people find you on social media?
Okay, well, I'm on Facebook. It's Stu Paul on Facebook. And, oh, boy, Stu Paul. I don't have the Instagram off the top of my head, but you can punch in Stu Paul, and I think it's StuPaul.18 or Stu.Paul18, but it's one or the other. I'm sorry. I'm not on Instagram as much as I am Facebook, but I am on there. And also X, let's see, S Paul PXP58, 58 meaning the last two digits of the year I was born. I mean, I was born in the 20th century, because we haven't gotten to 2058 yet. But those are places. But you can Google it up. But I'm more on Facebook. Stu Paul.
Right on. Well,
And
Stu,
you'll
man,
see me a smiling. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. You'll see a smiling face with a headset on.
Well, Stu, man, I absolutely appreciate you coming on. Please go enjoy your Memorial Day weekend, and we'll talk soon. Sound good?
Sounds good. Thank you very much. I certainly will. And you guys have a great Memorial Day weekend as well. Thank you very much. And thanks for having me on. I really enjoyed it and I appreciate it. And good luck to you all.
Thank you, sir. We'll talk soon.
You guys take care. Bye-bye.
That was pretty cool to talk to him. Like, come on, Stu's an awesome guy. Him and I talk a lot. And, it even says in the introduction Matt had put in there that Brandon is the man with all the connections. I get the chance to talk to a lot of great people, and Stu is one of them. So thank you, Stu, for taking time out to come on our show. All right, y'all, I got a question for you, okay? First off, I got to show you this picture, okay? Now, the next 4 Super Bowls are on this list. You have this next year coming up, 2027. It's held in Los Angeles, more specifically SoFi Stadium. Then Matt and I are going to be there too in 2028 when the Atlanta Falcons hoist that Lombardi Trophy in Super Bowl 61 in Atlanta.
I am not paying for Super Bowl tickets. Let's just rephrase that. Let's get that clear. I'm not paying for Super Bowl tickets.
And then in 2029, it's held at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, in case you were wondering. This was just announced this week, actually, and Shane did mention it earlier on Tuesday. It is the following year, the Super Bowl 63 or 64, one of the two. Good grief, I can't remember the numbers. Will be held in Nashville. That's 2030. So I want to start with you on this, Matt. Is these 4 locations are pretty good. Obviously we know LA is going to be very busy for the next foreseeable future because you have World Cup taking place. You have the Super Bowl being hosted there. You also have the Olympics coming in 2028. And it's great to see Atlanta on this list. So which Super Bowl do you think will be the best one out of those 4 locations? You're muted. Matt's muted because he's got some kids in the background.
Yeah, man. Yes, I know I'm muted. I'm muted myself. I know I'm muted. Nah, man. Out of those four, we had L.A., Atlanta. What are the other two? L.A., Atlanta,
Las Vegas, and then Nashville.
Vegas, and Nashville. You know what? I think the best one out of all those, you got to go with Nashville, man. Just because of the strip, just the whole strip. Literally, that's all it is. It's just the strip, the honky tonk, the strip. I mean, I think
that's right though, Matt. The honky tonk,
that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think that'll be the most fun one because I've been there. I went to an NBA draft there, man. Back when the NBA draft was in Tennessee, I went to that draft, and it was so much fun on that strip. Just from the draft, so I can imagine the vibes and stuff going on with that. We know about Atlanta. We've had a Super Bowl here in Atlanta before. Not too long ago. What was it, about 8 years ago or something like that? 8-9 years ago, we had a Super Bowl here. Yeah. And the thing I remember most from that is the traffic. So whatever. I'm not.
He's not lying. Traffic's ridiculous.
I'm not going to enjoy the Super Bowl in Atlanta. LA is LA. I mean, it is what it is. And that's like saying New York's going to have the Super Bowl. Okay, whoop-de-whoop. But I think Nashville be they could do more with the Nashville one, man. Like I said, dealing with honky tonk, dealing with just that whole music, the music hub. I think
you move loose. Good.
Yeah, I know, right? I
so belly that just started coming in my head right away. Yeah. Oh man, I'm really excited for these next four venues. What do you think, Shane? Which one are you looking forward to most, Shane?
I'm with Matt. Nashville is going to be the ticket here. Broadway is the name of that street where all the honky tonks and stuff are, man. And it's I mean they did the NFL draft there a couple years back, and it was packed. But definitely, if I'm not mistaken, though, they're a covered field, but not covered all the way.
It's covered around the fans, not the field itself.
Not the field. So that's what I'm definitely looking forward to when you start talking about the game side of it, because that's the only one that's not a dome that you're looking at. That definitely piques my intrigue and stuff like that. Of course, as you mentioned, FIFA coming in for the World Cup, all these larger stadiums, they're having to switch over to a full natural grass field for these soccer matches. I definitely would love to see that be done in the Super Bowl as well, instead of the host cities and stuff like that. Just
never mind Lily's in the background.
Yeah, their field. She wants to be a part of the show too, I guess, tonight. But definitely Nashville. There's plenty of stuff you could say about the other cities, but Nashville, I think, is going to be the best off the field and on the field product.
And this is the first time Nashville has been able to host a Super Bowl, so really excited to see how they have a while to do.
You go spend $2 billion.
Yeah. Yep. They have a special place in a lot of people's hearts, and Nashville really is a pretty town. And if you are big into the country music scene, I'm big in country music. I highly recommend you check it out. So, all right. So I got a question for you. And by the way, first off, let's give a special welcome to everybody tuning in on 95.5 KFCE, TigerNation.live, and the other 8 radio stations we air on, as well as the 46 other countries we air in. It really does mean a lot to us. And then quickly, if you live on the island of Hawaii, more specifically the island of Oahu, and you are having a corporate event or a family outing and need someone to host for catering, contact our good friends at Columbus Cuisine. If you are interested in getting in touch with them, please send me a message on BrandonKeelerOnRadio@gmail.com, and I will get you in touch with our good friend Bobby. Thank you so much for being our sponsor. So I got a question for you, and I got a question for everybody tuning in and everybody listening right now. I want you guys to really think about this. This is according to Forbes. This is according to Fox and a lot of other outlets. And I'm going to, now look, this is over the full spectrum, the 5 major sports. That's NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, and MLS. What do you think is the most hated sports team name in North America? Now, I told these guys what they are. So they'll tell you what they think that it was before they saw the picture. So we'll start with you, Shane. Before I told you who it was. What would you think would be the most hated sports team in all of North America? You're muted.
Definitely the Cleveland Guardians. In my eyes, like just be the Indians. Come on, guys.
It's a weird name how they went from the Cleveland Indians to the Guardians out of all teams.
Yeah.
I don't think Cleveland's going to guard anybody anytime soon. I'm just saying.
No, and it was an epic fail with their logo and everything else like that. So
you like the
just
G?
a total just total bummer all the way around. And so definitely the Guardians, in my opinion.
What do you think it is, Matt? Just remember, it's out of all five.
Look, man. I mean, honestly, some of the worst names out there. Washington Commanders, Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns were named after Paul Brown. It has nothing to do with Cleveland. Man. Houston Texans. Like, how lazy can you be? Houston Texans. Yeah, Houston Texans. We're going to call us the Texans. Houston Texans. Like, that's a real name. I mean, that's a bad name. Utah Jazz. But
the Jazz used to be in another location.
New Orleans. They were in New Orleans. Yeah. It was a New Orleans Jazz, which makes sense due to New Orleans' rich history.
Yeah,
you would think that the owners,
Jazz,
when they moved to Utah, they would name something else more Utah.
What would you name the Utah Jazz if you could right now? Instead of the Utah Jazz, what would you have considered naming them?
Anything better, something the snow something or
how about
Yetis,
the Yetis? The Utah Yetis. There we go.
The Utah Yeti sounds good. Anything other than the Jazz have nothing to do with Utah.
What about the Cowboys?
Cowboys are a fine name. Stop trying to throw the Cowboys under the water. It's a fine name. Because Texas is full of Cowboys back in the day. You got the Los Angeles Angels. That's a terrible name. Like Shane said, the Cleveland Guardians. Really? Like, come on, man.
The Angels make sense. The City of Angels.
Yeah.
Angels.
But,
so here's my thing.
The one that doesn't make sense in LA is the Lakers.
Yes.
Well, the Lakers
were in Minnesota.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
The Lakers were Minneapolis. They were the Minneapolis Lakers because of all the Great Lakes over there.
Yep.
So they're the Minneapolis Lakers. So then when they want them over there, it's like, we're just going to keep the name. So, yeah, of course.
You know what? Here's Shane. I'm going to go along with your Guardians thing. You know what I feel like they did is they spent millions upon millions of dollars and hours just to throw a dart at a board and say that's the name we're going to call it. That's literally how I feel they did it. Just go boom. Okay, that's the name. Cool. It could be the Cleveland Dum Dums, and that would probably be what they would sit by as the Dum Dums. No. All right. So both of you guys are not too far off. Actually, it is the Las Vegas Golden Knights. This is a real stat. I'm blown away by this. 83% of the sports world, when you mention the name, the Las Vegas Golden Knights, they say it's cringeworthy. They say it's gross. They say it's a stupid name for some reason, but it is the most hated name in all of North America. It's a weird thing to think that, but Ben, welcome to the show, man. We're talking about the most hated sports name in all of North America, and
surprised it's not the Patriots.
It's the most hated name, and this is a weird stat by Forbes is what really brought it out to that. It's just first off, I can't think of how 80 some odd percent of the people in the sports world think that the name Golden Knights is gross and cringeworthy, but it's such a weird stat that someone, first off, you have too much time on your hands when you're thinking about this. And the fact that you name, you say, the most hated name in the entire North American sports world is the Golden Knights. I can understand it kind of also because the name Golden is to me, when you say the name Golden, I think it's follow the Yellow Brick Road. I just, for whatever reason, that sits in my head when I see that. So I kind of understand why they say that, but it's a weird storyline that I wanted to share with you guys. And it's a crazy trivia point. So if you guys are ever out and you want to say, hey, I want to stump you, who do you think is the most hated sports name in all of North America? And you can easily say it is the Vegas Golden Knights. Hey, shout out to the Las Vegas Aces and Atlanta Dream game last week. It is the most watched WNBA game ever in the month of May and the highest watched game ever in WNBA history. You're thinking, wait a second, that can't be right because there's been so much more. No, this is a singular point. This is not a collective. This is just off the city of Atlanta alone, Matt. 1.24 million views just for that game. Would you like to know how much it was for the Las Vegas Aces?
How much?
3.87 million people watched. If you're paying attention, folks, that's over almost 5 million people tuned in to watch a matchup between Asia Wilson and Angel Reese. Wow. That's pretty cool to think about that for a second. So, I'm really intrigued. We've mentioned women's sports, habitually on our show, and for a good reason, because it's growing in such massive popularity. I'm really excited for the level that it's going. So, Shane, I'm going to start with you. What does this signify to you, knowing that basically 5 million people tuned in to watch Angel Reese take on Asia Wilson?
Well, I mean, it says a lot about the growth. I mean, we've covered it numerous times already, but it also says a lot about the product that they're putting out on the field or court, whichever way you want to look at it. There's more disparity between the league back then than what it is now. You have exciting matchups. You have polarizing players now that also put to the matchup, on or off the court, whatever the antics are, the boost these ratings like that. So it's definitely one of those things that you love seeing just as a fan of sports and for the growth of the league in general.
I agree. What do you think about it, Ben? I mean, this is pretty good news, though, for obviously for WNBA standards. I mean, what do you think? Are we officially going to sit there and say that WNBA and women's sports are here, and people get off the schneid and get on the train that it's real, or what?
Well, what people want to watch is what they want to watch. You ain't going to be able to convince them otherwise. But I think. I definitely think it's good for the overall game. Forget women's, men's. I think it's just great for the game of basketball to grow more popularity in general. I mean, NBA's ratings up until the past year, WNBA as well, both of them, have really just tanked. And really the past year or so, you've seen ratings kind of go up for the NBA. And now you're starting to see the same with the WNBA. And it's really good for the game. But I think it definitely – I think it definitely helps that you have the level of athletes that you do now in the WNBA. Players like Asia Wilson, like you mentioned, but Caitlin Clark, of course. Sabrina Ionescu. I mean, there's several frontline players that are worth a watch if you never have watched them before, and I think that alone is a big reason why the ratings have boosted. Because I mean, let's be honest, nobody turns on a basketball game and says, "Oh, I want to watch the New York Knicks." No, they turn on because they want to watch Jalen Brunson.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's the same reason anybody turned on a Cleveland Cavaliers game when LeBron James was there. They didn't turn it on to watch Kevin Love, I promise.
They didn't turn it on to watch. Oh my God, Matt, remind me, remember when they used to have those powder blue for the Cavaliers? Who was who was their point guard? I see him, but I can't remember his name.
Daniel Gibson.
No.
Mo Williams.
Yes.
Mo Williams.
Hey, Mo was a baller, though. Don't be.
Mo was a baller. Yeah, about 17 a game.
But people were sitting there and say they weren't lining up left and right to go see him play. I mean, that's just the nature of the game. What do you think, though? And y'all have to also excuse Matt. Matt has a bunch of kids running around. It is the summertime now. They're summer break, so they're loud and excited. Matt's probably like, good grief, they're loud. But Matt, what does this signify to you, knowing that 5 million people tuned in to watch Angel Reese take on Asia Wilson?
What did Angel Reese go? 1 for 8 or something like that, man?
I think so.
Yeah, man.
Like all break layups.
Oh, of course, man. All brick putbacks. They were all brick putbacks. No, man. I mean, guys, we've seen this trending. We've seen it trending this way, man. As these college athletes get more and more prestigious coming into their college careers, they're starting to get bigger. Man, we see how big Paige Becker's got. We see how big how big Juju Watkins is. We see how big all these female college basketball players are, because now they have more of a following now. More social media. This is how the generation is. They have more of a following. So I mean, we're gonna see ratings explode because people are following their careers. I mean, it's just inevitable. It is what it is. You see that by the contracts that a lot of these female basketball players are getting. They're getting some crazy contracts now. So their contracts now are the equivalent to what the NBA's was in the 90s. Yep. So, people forget Jerome was only making like $5 million a year. So, I mean, that's just, only, right? So that's
can dream.
Yeah, I know, right? That's just where they're at now, man. That's just where they're at right now. So they'll catch up. Eventually, the game, the ratings will go up. Things will happen. They'll become more marketable. Who's that? I think didn't we mention something about them lowering the rim to like 8 feet or something like that? Man?
Yeah, they had mentioned they were going to lower the rim to 8 feet and
9 feet. 9 feet.
9 feet, and it got a lot of pushback from it.
Yeah, a lot of pushback.
It never materialized.
That's if you want to see women like
if they do that, then they're going to start doing it at college level, and then they're going to go to the high school level soon.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So,
I mean,
I know.
I can tell you
high school level, they may be shooting on 4 foot.
The high school level, there's a girl coming out that's a guard. She is the real deal and can yam it.
Okay, well, and I coach my girls' team, and I mean they have to shoot on an 8-foot goal, but also because Addison's 8 years old, she's not 10 feet tall. She's knee high to a grasshopper kind of thing. But what do you think, Shane? Like, I mean, just put this in perspective. I know that we've heard what Matt and we've heard what Ben have said, but just as a whole, are we safe to say now that women's sports is the thing to tune into? I mean, it's one of the fastest growing sports, let alone, but I mean, it's fastest growing watched sport is women's sports in general. But what does this say to you?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, definitely the women's sports are here. I mean, I've been watching the softball regionals over.
Yeah, we've been glued to TV
over the conference tournaments in baseball and all, going on. But it's definitely great to see, and we have these matchups and stuff, and a lot more of your women's sports are kind of in that lull zone, as we like to talk about it. The heart of the MLB schedule, nothing really else going on, and so with how Matt said, with the social media and the following and everything, if there's not anything on and they're putting a product on that you can tolerate and watch and want to be a fan of, then you're going to see massive ratings and stuff across all women's sports.
Oh yeah, and I agree. Now look, I'm not one of the few first that's going to say Ion TV is not something I'm going to write home to mom about. That's just the Ion Network is not generally something you're like, oh my god, I'm so excited to turn on Ion Network. And I understand, and that's there are people who think that Ion is the greatest network since sliced bread, and that's fine. I'm not dogging you on that. No, we are not bad mouthing you on that one. But the fact that they have a no name. No name league and network, and people are really flocking to it. I'm really excited on that one. So we definitely shout out to women's sports as a whole. We are proud, and we're definitely supporters. So, all right, now it's time for our sports stories. But wait. Hold on. Now I know, folks. Remember, we were supposed to do ours on Tuesday. We didn't have enough time on there. But first, we have an announcement to make. Remember, we had a poll go out on social media for the it was for the new topic for the Sportz Nuts. Which ones were there? So there was quite a few on there, and we concluded the poll yesterday. with 49% of the vote. This is a really exciting thing. So the reason why I'm mentioning is because this segment is going to be replacing the sports stories, not the honor mentions, the sports stories. With 49% of the vote, the topic that won and the person who won the segment mentioning it's called Call to the Nuts. It's a fan interaction. What you do is you can do it through YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. We answer them live on the show. And the winner of that was our guy, Tim Collins, the man from Answer the Call himself. Tim, man, first off, you gave some really good topic ideas. Matt forever wants to sit there and say the dishonorable mentions. But, you have this is what he came out to was Fix That Franchise, where you act as the general manager, take a struggling team and fix them in 2 to 3 moves through draft, trade, or coaching decisions. You came to the conclusion of Call the Nuts, which is a fan interaction where fans submit questions via YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and we answer them live on the show. You had another one called the Nuts Takes, which was a fast, bold, slightly unhinged opinion, 60 to 90 seconds per take, hot takes with no safe analyst. It could be from any sport. And then your last one was, I believe it was the L of the week. That got second place on that one. That goes right into along with Matt. Matt wanted us so badly to have the dishonorable mentions. But first off, man, welcome officially to all of us on there. But what does this mean to you that your choice was selected?
It means a lot, Brandon. And I'm honored that I'm a part of the team and I'm able to help the team grow in any way. I was just sitting there. I'm not even gonna lie. I almost didn't even throw any ideas out there because I was like, maybe somebody else should get it. And Brandon was sitting there just constantly like, get your suggestions in, man. You got to get them in. I was like, okay. And one day I was just sitting there and I was just kind of messing around and I was editing some clips. I was doing some work on my channel and just ideas just kind of started rolling. And I was like, oh, let me make some notes real quick. And so I started making notes and I sent it to Brandon and I'm not going to lie, guys. I didn't think anything. I didn't think I was going to win, but I was like, it's for fun. But it turns out that one of mine did win. And it means a lot to me that the fans and you guys think that mine was the best suggestion you guys had. And I'm just sitting there. And like I said, I'm really honored and happy that I can help this team and this network grow any way I can. And I think this is going to be a great new segment for y'all.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's
awesome,
this guy sitting right next to me named Mr. Ben Willis, who is eagerly awaiting the chance to debate sports. So as we told you, as we mentioned, here's the criteria for winning. You do get Matt is going to create an introduction video just for you for coming on our show. You're going to come on and you're going to debate said segment with Ben Willis, with Matt Thomas, and with Shane Owen. Myself, we are so excited, and we're going to have 1 to 2 clips for short clips we have for you. But also, I think if I'm not mistaken, Shane's going to try and create a little bit of a cover art for you, man. But dude, we really thank you from the bottom of our heart for helping us grow and also tuning in and being a part of everything we do, man. It really does mean a lot. Matt, give your congratulatory speech to him, please.
Congratulations, man.
You know what, Matt? Where's my flag at? I gotta find that flag and just throw a flag.
Well said.
Nah, Tim. Congratulations, man. Hey, man, it should be interesting. Man. We'll see what happens. We'll see what comes of it. Really good idea, though. Definitely really good idea. So, hey, man.
Although Matt would still like to say he would wish you said dishonorable mention.
Well, look, man, dishonorable mentions, L of the week. I'm just happy that he was kind of on the same page with me, man. in that regard. So, hey, we'll take it. We'll take it, man.
All right, Shane, give your congratulatory moment there to Tim, because that's a pretty cool moment there to help us grow.
Oh yeah, well, Tim's always fun to have on. As always, we have a good time, and you don't sell yourself short. Those ideas were great. Man, it's going to be fun with your idea and watching it grow on this network. We appreciate everything that you do for us as well.
Yeah, man. What do you, Ben? Give your congratulatory speech to him, man. That's a pretty cool moment for us.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm going to give you a warm welcome, Tim. Even if you are a Notre Dame fan, that's kind of unfortunate. But I am excited that the crying Irish.
Hang on, time out, real quick, Ben. Is it that? Does it count if I'm only a Notre Dame fan in football?
Oh no,
even more so. Even more so.
Oh,
that makes it worse.
The Notre Dame crying Irish. So anyway,
here we go.
Y'all will forever be known as that after last year's debacle, man. Anyway. Oh my God, I digress. Thank you.
I love it.
Welcome to the team, man. And we definitely needed some new energy in here. It was getting kind of, shall I say, bland. It was getting kind of bland with all.
What is that supposed to mean,
sir? We definitely needed some young youth energy in here, bro.
Some young youth energy.
He's saying we're old, but he's saying we're old, Brandon.
Hey, brother. Hey, no, real quick. I don't know if you know how old I am, but how old do you think I am?
32.
I know.
Bless you.
I'll give 28.
Way higher.
Oh, he's up there with us. 35. Oh, he's really with us. Oh, okay.
I'll be 39 in September.
Oh, you are up there with us. Okay.
Right.
Sorry, Ben. Sorry, Ben.
Hey, listen, it's a mindset, though, Tim. It's a mindset.
Hey, I feel young, so I am young.
Amen.
Right.
Hey, Tim, let everybody know. I know you just dropped the new episode today. Before I let you go, let everybody know when you and Will, yes, our good friend Will Ritchie is actually Tim's co-host to his show. But Tim, let everybody know when the next episode of Answer the Call comes on, man.
Yeah. So you can catch us Mondays and Fridays, 1 p.m. Central Time, live on YouTube. And today we did our top 5 sports villains. Definitely go check that out because that got crazy. Not even going to lie. I'm not even trying to hype that up. Just go check it out. It's about the 38-minute mark into the live episode. You won't be disappointed. It was a fantastic segment. Will and I were building that chemistry. I think we've only done like less than 10 shows together. And I think at one point I looked at it and he's been like on my show as a co-host or a guest for like a third of my shows since the return. And it's always fun. But you won't be disappointed with that segment. But like I said, live on YouTube, on and Facebook and X on Mondays and Fridays at 1 p.m. Central Time. And the next show is going to be Monday, Memorial Day. And we're gonna have some good takes, I'm sure. So be on the lookout for that.
Right on, man.
Sports villain was T.L.'s girlfriend on there.
Who?
Manti Te'o's girlfriend.
Manti Te'o's girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
No, that's why.
Hey, she didn't make the cut. She didn't make the cut, but
or she didn't make it.
Hey, definitely go check it out though. Hey, real quick. Who would your number 5 sports villain be? Just real quick, just number 5. I won't even go number 1, but
I say Drew Brees.
Drew Brees is a villain?
For me, yeah, I can't. I hate the Saints. Matt will tell you I am emphatically. I hate the Saints.
It's not just for you though.
Dude,
but Drew Brees ate the Falcons alive.
But that's Drew Brees', man. That's Brees'.
Brees'.
I mean, it is what it is.
Let's see. All right. Oh, hold on. All right, hear this.
You just salty because they won the Super Bowl and y'all haven't. That's
okay. See, Ben, we ain't even have to go there right now, man.
You weren't even alive when they won the last one for you guys.
The Saints?
No,
yeah, I was alive.
You weren't alive the last time the Dolphins won. Thank you.
Oh yeah, obviously, but at least we won one.
Wait, were you alive? I mean,
so 72.
I'll give you a solid answer, Tim. Jason Giambi.
Oh, wow, that's a.
If I go back and look, I would say I would actually. Damn, there's so many good out there. I would say, okay, Alex Rodriguez. Even to this day, when he talks, I cringe. I cannot stand some things he says. I mentioned this last episode. It kind of reminded me of Chris Collinsworth when he said, and Matt remembers this very well, when Chris Collinsworth came on Monday Night Football or whatever it was, Sunday Night Football, something, whatever he did, and he said that the Packers can score 18 points in 13 seconds. I'm like, what did you just say? Remember when that happened, Matt, and I asked you, did you hear Chris Collinsworth say that? And you said, what a stupid remark. Do you remember that very well?
Not too much.
The Falcons were playing the Packers on Sunday night, and the Falcons were up massive. Like, I think they were up.
Oh, yeah. He was like, when you got Aaron Rodgers, you can
score 18 points in 13 seconds. And I'm like, what?
If there's one team that knows how to blow a big lead, it's the Falcons.
That is true. Oh,
ladies and gentlemen, that was Ben Willis. Thank you so much for the time. And I'm just kidding. Well, Tim, man, I appreciate you. We'll talk to you soon. All right, brother.
Real disrespectful.
All right, boys. Well, you have a great rest.
Yep, and you have a good Memorial Day, man. All right.
You guys have a great rest of the show. I'm going to go get some dinner.
All right, man. Take care.
See you, buddy.
Oh, man. So there you guys have it. We have our new segment, and we're really excited to get it started. It should be starting in the next few weeks. All right, Shane, give us your sports story, man. Since this is one of the last times we'll do sports stories.
Yeah, well, my sports story that I had lined up for Tuesday that we didn't get to is about more NFL midweek games. We saw the schedule release happened. We talked about it on Tuesday with the videos and everything else. But if you guys didn't notice, the very first game is a Super Bowl rematch, but on a Wednesday night. The NFL is also coming out with a Thanksgiving Eve game as well. I kind of did a little bit of a deep dive into this, and a lot of the NFL officials, they came out and said that the secure more interest in the NFL and stuff like that in the wider markets, especially with the streaming services and the ratings that they had last year, up 10% overall across the board last year. So they're trying to get more games out the fans on the non-traditional time slots. They still can't do a game, I think, until be 2029 or 2030. They can't have a game on a Friday evening due to the 1961 Sports Broadcasting Act that prohibits the NFL from airing evening games on Fridays. Yes, 1961. Here we are. 2026, still having to deal with that. So it's definitely great to see as a fan of the NFL more games on primetime television where you can watch them. Is definitely great to see. I wouldn't say we'd see a big jump in non-traditional time slots, but in the next 5 to 10 years. I would definitely see it being more used in the future.
Absolutely. I had to put Shane. I wanted Shane to tell his because he didn't get the chance to do it on Tuesday. So always glad to have his sports stories, really good ones. All right, now it's time for everybody's favorite segment. It is By the way, Matt, that's a pretty. I like that tune. That's actually one of I feel like I'm in the cigar lounge, so I love it. My first honorable mention. Yes, we're doing honorable mentions. As you guys know, we give you 2 to 5 sports stories the mainstream media doesn't cover, or they don't cover enough of. But it's literally in our DNA. It's our name, the Sportz Nutz. We do. My first honorable mention goes out to one of the best defensive coaches ever. Ed Orgeron is joining Lane Kiffin's staff. He is definitely a fan favorite in LSU. Remember, he won. Don't mind the thunder. It is storming like crazy here, and you probably are hearing the thunder. But he won. He is returning where he won the national championship as a head coach in 2019. And just for bleeps and giggles, Ben, can you tell everybody who was the quarterback that won that national championship?
You mean the one who's really responsible for them winning a championship? That would be Joe Burrow.
That's
Ed
right.
Orgeron didn't win them squat.
But he was a great defensive
There's a
coach.
reason why he failed in every other year he coached.
He's a great defensive-minded coach, though. So really excited to see. Welcome back.
Anybody understand what the call is, though? That's what he sounds like.
He does have that. He has that interesting voice. That's for sure.
How do you know what the play is?
Yeah, it's true. All right, Shane, give us your first honorable mention, man.
Well, my first honorable mention is going to be a shout out to a dishonorable mention.
Look, there you go, Matt.
Since you mentioned it, it's going to go out to the LSU Tigers. In football, baseball, and men's basketball, they win a combined 15-41 in SEC conference play this year. They went 1-20 against teams with a winning conference record across all those sports as well. But also, not only that, they have recently hired 3 coaches back for millions of dollars that they spent millions of dollars getting rid of within the past 10 years, between Will Wade, Ed Orgeron, and then
what Orgeron? He's still getting paid probably, if I had to guess. From his firings,
they fired him. Not all within 10 years, and they're all back with the program now. So definitely LSU gets my first dishonorable mention.
I love it. Matt, give us your first honorable mention, man.
My first honorable mention, man, is going to go to these 10 players. The NBA released their defensive teams today. Defensive teams. Their first team was, of course, Victor Wembanyama, who finished number 1 in voting. Second was Chet Holmgren, then followed by Oscar Thompson, Rudy Gobert, and Derek White. Those were the first teams. Second team goes to Scotty Barnes for the Raptors. Casey Wallace on the Thunder. He comes off the bench, by the way. Bam Adebayo got it, Mr. 83.
You just Ben.
Anunoby got it, and rounding it out was Atlanta's own Dyson Daniels. So shout out to the first and second team of the NBA's all defensive teams.
Absolutely love it. Ben, give us your first honorable mention, man.
Yeah. My first honorable mention is going to go to a player by the name of Angel Martinez for the Cleveland Guardians. He was the AL Player of the Week this past week. He had 4 home runs in a 5-game stretch, ladies and gentlemen. That's including 7 hits. So that's pretty darn good, no matter how bad the Angels might be, or not the Angels, the Guardians.
And look, Shane, it's your favorite team, the Guardians. We keep going back to the Guardians after all these go-arounds. That's a good honorable mention. I dig it. My second honorable mention goes out to all the seniors who are wearing that jersey one last time, tossing that ball one last time, walking the halls one last time as a student. I'm talking about the final days of your educational lives. The final countdown to the day that every senior looks forward to most, and walking across that stage to receive either their diploma or their degrees. And here's to the class of 2026. Congratulations all around to all the student athletes and all the students from pre-K all the way up to senior in college. Here's to you. Congratulations on a well-deserved moment. Also got, just an example, one of our members of our website. He is our editor of the website, Mark Livingston, just graduated from Penn State University. Really proud of him for that one. And also Sean, our good friend Sean, is joining the show. And then the website. And Anthony is also there. I hate to break it to you, Matt. Hank bowed out, said he didn't want to do the writing. So it's okay, though. We still love Hank. I love it. Shane, give us your second honorable mention, please.
My second honorable mention is going to go out to the only NCAA Division I athletic program that had 40-plus softball wins, 20-plus men's basketball wins, 25-plus women's basketball wins, and 9-plus football wins. And that would be Duke University, right down the road there in Durham. The last team to the last team to do so was the Louisville Cardinals in 2012 and 2013. Definitely shout out to the Blue Devils on that accomplishment. Being the only team to have that many wins across all their athletic programs is a pretty monumental feat, and they did a great job at it.
Absolutely. Matt, give us your second honorable mention, please.
No problem at all. No problem at all. And Brandon, you kind of touched on this on the chat, man. But per Adam Schefter, reigning NFL MVP Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams have reached an agreement on a 1-year, $55 million deal. How old is Stafford? About what, 40? Is he 40 yet?
He's 41.
Woo!
He just turned 41, actually.
Woo!
No, he just turned 41, I believe, is what they said.
Yeah. To kind of break down the deal, man, Stafford was scheduled to make $40 million in the 2026 season. Of the $55 million extension, $5 million is a roster bonus that is fully guaranteed at signing. The remaining $50 million becomes guaranteed at the start of the 2027 league year. The deal
38.
also includes.
He's 38. Sorry, he's 38.
Okay, he's not 40 yet. The deal also includes $5 million each year in incentives, tied to playoff success. So shout out to Matthew Stafford. People forget.
Look, Abe just told us.
Yeah, people forget, man. What year did Stafford come in the league? Wasn't it?
You're thinking of A-Rod. A-Rod he's about to turn 42.
That's right. Yeah, I was thinking that. When did he join?
09,
was it 09?
The year. That's the year. And I said that the year before
number one
that.
pick, I want to say.
Yeah, Stafford was number one pick.
He was.
The year before that, we had Matt Ryan and Joe Flacco go in that draft. The year before that, put it in perspective, guys. So shout out to
the fact that he is still playing after all. That's definitely
no. The fact that he's still playing at an elite level. Yes. That says a lot. So
yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
But here's the thing: if they never change the rules to cater to the time we call it the Tom Brady rules to make sure quarterbacks don't get touched with these quarterbacks being playing this long.
That's a real. Look, we just saw Aaron signed his 1 year. What is it? $25 million deal. The dude's older than dirt, and the fact that he's still playing.
Brandon, he's your age. He's your age.
No, he's
no.
I'm young.
No. Aaron Rodgers is your age. Sorry,
I'm young. Aaron is not.
He's 42.
For a football player, he's older than dirt. Yes.
You're both 42, Brandon.
You're 40. Oh, you're 41.
No, I'm 40, sir.
You're about to turn 41.
Yeah, in August, but you and Aaron Rodgers are the same age.
I'm 40.
I'm 40. Oh, I love it. Ben, give us your second honorable mention, please.
I'm just going to add on top of that Matt Stafford thing, just real quick. This is how I feel. I think it's a 1-year deal, conditional. And what I mean by that is, if the Rams go out and win the Super Bowl this year, you watch. He won't come back.
He's riding off in that sunset. He is.
He's not coming back. That's a conditional thing. If the Rams don't win the Super Bowl, he's basically saying to the fans, "Hey, look, I'm guaranteeing that I come back if we don't win this thing this year." That's basically what it says. That's what I think it is. Just reading the tea leaves. My second honorable mention is going to go to the New York Knicks for being only the second team in NBA history to come back from a 22-point deficit in a playoff game in the fourth quarter. Man, if anybody was watching that game on game one, it's unbelievable. The Western Conference and Eastern Conference finals, ladies and gentlemen, but both series have been pure absolute cinema. Have to see it to believe it, man. The only bad part about the conference finals right now is the Thunder are basically playing WWE with Wembanyama. But otherwise, it has been absolute cinema. So hats off to the New York Knicks, the last team to win a game. They were 1 in 594. Teams were down 22. The last time a team did it was the LA Clippers in 2012.
Wow!
So, shout out to the Knicks.
Hey, did you hear? I don't know, Ben, if you heard the introduction, the way I said it. Welcome to the Sportz Nuts, where at least we don't blow a 22-point fourth quarter lead and lose by 11 in overtime. So, my third and final honorable mention, and I'm really excited to mention this. First off, congratulations to Montreal Victory, as they are the 2026 Professional Women's Hockey League Walter Cup champions. But guess what? You know how we like to mention the fact that teams expand. Well, welcome to the newest Professional Women's Hockey League team. It is the Tampa Bay Tide. And these jerseys are ultra fly. And I'm not just saying it because I'm a Tampa Bay fan. These are really good. They will be making the announcement in the coming weeks that they are the 13th professional women's hockey league franchise. So really excited on that one. So congratulations on Tampa Bay for yet having another good team. And by the way, I dig the colors. It's the same color as the Lightning, and they even have the Bolt. That's really cool. I love it. So, yep, the Tampa Bay Tide are your newest professional women's hockey league team coming out. Shane, give us your final honorable mention, please.
Yeah, well, my final honorable mention is going to go out to a former LSU Tiger and
dang, he's all over LSU today.
Yeah, it's the LSU show.
And former 76er as well, Ben Simmons.
He still plays?
He recently won a sport fishing tournament.
That's the only thing he's going to win.
With his team.
Not according to Kelly Cowherd.
Okay. Yeah, the South Florida Sales AC. They won the Walker's K Open. He actually won a title championship before his trust the process teammate Joel Embiid actually made it to a conference finals.
Look at Matt's face, like what?
Yeah. No. Yeah, and for my final honorable mention, I'm going to piggyback off of that. Shout out to Ben Simmons. He might not have won on the court, but he has won that life. People forget that NBA contract was fully guaranteed. So dude got about $200 million for not doing anything. Man, please. So shout out to Ben.
He is the best. No, as Ben likes to say, that's the best agent known to man. You're getting $1 million on the bench.
No. We all know who the best agent on the man is. We all know who that is. He belongs to that quarterback. Quarterback. You know the quarterback, Brandon.
Aaron Rodgers?
No. He was just the Falcons quarterback. You know who he is.
Kirko Shane.
That's why I wasn't answering.
So the best agent known.
Did you not see I was looking around and said, "No, you're talking about."
So yeah,
he was getting paid. I mean, the fact that he got paid $200 million to sit on his backside and say, "My back hurts."
So wouldn't it be crazy if Ben Simmons' agent they had the same agent?
Oh my God, that would be crazy.
Hey, listen, if it was up to Colin Cowherd, he'd still make a max NBA contract. If you know, you know.
If you know,
you know.
Oh yeah. Anyway, Ben, give us your final honorable mention, please.
Yeah, I'm going to take it to the NHL world. Shout out to the Montreal Canadiens and the Las Vegas Golden Knights for beating both the one seeds. Man, who would have thought? Who would have thought in game one that both the low seeds?
Look, Shane and I both have our hands up. I raised my hand up and didn't even look at Shane.
Hey, you know what? I did call it though. I was before the game started, the Las Vegas game. I said, "You watch, Las Vegas is going to win game one." But let's be honest here, guys. What are the odds that, especially Las Vegas, wins their series? Probably slim. I still think
never say never, though.
I still think the Avalanche win the next four. That's my guess. I called it. I said, "Look, you watch. Las Vegas will win the first game, and everybody will be like, 'Oh my God, it's just Colorado overrated,' and then they'll win the next four."
Colorado is overrated. So I had to redact what I said one time about there's never been somebody who win the Stanley Cup and the Presidential Cup. It's only been done 3 times ever in the existence of it. I think Colorado doesn't do it. I really don't.
No, it's going to be Carolina.
I think Carolina honestly is the most direct team. I will say this though,
Carolina sat
Montreal
at the house too long. I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, that was definitely. I mean, by the way, folks.
Yeah, but now they got. Hey, listen, now they took the rust off. They'll be fine. They'll be all right.
I don't know. Montreal.
We hope.
I don't like to toot Montreal's horn because I just don't like Montreal. Yes, I gave an honorable mention to them, but Montreal Canadiens, man, they're something. By the way, they have the largest NHL arena in all of hockey. They hold 35,000
largest
people.
Arena in all of North America, regardless of sport.
They hold 35,000 people. Put it in perspective, the arena that's being built in Cumming, Georgia, is going to be 31,000, and that's not including the suite.
I'm sure it's bigger than both crypto and MSG as well.
I'm pretty sure. But if I and Shane, it's hard for me to say this, but I hope you guys do win. But Montreal, man, the way they came out looking like Red October, and I understand Carolina had that 2.5 week layover or that 2 week layover on rust. I don't know, man. Watch out for Montreal. So we'll see. But it's gonna be a good series regardless. Hey guys, what a great episode. We had everyone. We hope everyone truly enjoyed spending their evening with us talking sports. We try to make sure you all get high quality sports talk for 90 minutes every Tuesday and Friday. Here's the upcoming episodes. Episode 232 will be Tuesday, May 26th. The general manager for the Easley Doodlebugs, the summer collegiate baseball team, is joining the show to talk about how they started this program. Episode 233 will be Friday, May 29th. This one is a questionable. I have to get verification. We are expecting to have JT Snow, former Major League Baseball outfielder for the Giants, is either going to come on Friday the 29th or on Tuesday the 2nd, one of the two. He will come on. And also 234, our guy Tony Gladstone is back. We have a great time with Tony. It's just Tony No Ball. And if JT Snow is on that episode, you get two for the price of one on that one. So we're really excited on that. We have a lot more scheduled coming, so stay tuned for that. So with that being said, for everybody who tuned in to the show tonight, and we'll also tune in the coming days. And also thank you to our good friend Stu Paul for coming on to the show and talking about his journey. And also thank you to everybody who tuned in on 95.5 KFCE. It really does mean a lot to us. Ben, give your final goodbyes, please, sir.
Yeah. Well, everybody, it's the weekend. As Matt would say, don't get flagged in the game of life. Everybody be safe out there. It's going to be a rainy one for at least a whole third of the country. So everybody be safe. It is Memorial Day weekend, but don't be driving crazy out in the roads. Leave some extra space. It's wet out there, but everybody have a good weekend. God bless.
In case you can't hear this, that I'm like crazy here. So yeah, Shane, give it. I'm sorry, Matt, give it. It is, it's that time to tell everybody not to get what, and also share your final goodbyes.
Hold on. First off, you take my honorable mention, then you take my outro. I mean, Ben, you bash the Falcons. Have you no shame, man? Have you no shame? I mean, what's going on? Nah, man. Hey guys, just be safe. Hey guys, just be safe this weekend, man. Everybody, especially us four on this panel, just be safe. Be safe this weekend, man. Don't get flagged in the game of life.
It does whoops.
It doesn't hit the same. But just be safe because the last.
Jeez, Ben, you just ruined the whole thing. Gosh, darn it.
No, Ben's fine. The last thing you want is the whoops to come up behind you, as you see Shane so eloquently flashing. You don't want that, guys.
He's not flashing. He's flashing lights.
It's Memorial Day weekend. That means you'll be in there. You'll be in there for an extra day. So let's not have that happen. If you're going to go out with friends, call an Uber. That I will not provide. Get an Uber. Have a DD out there, man. Have a DD. I'm talking designated driver, Shane. You guys.
Well, we are taking stabs at everybody tonight, aren't we?
so guys, just be safe out there, man. That's it.
Amen. Ben, Shane. Gosh darn it, Shane. Tell everybody your final goodbyes, please.
Well, once again to piggyback off the start of the episode, our thoughts and prayers go out to the entire Bush family.
Absolutely.
With the tough and sudden passing of Kyle yesterday, it is Memorial Day weekend. And as I said before, let's remember the true reason why we celebrate it. All gave some, but some gave all. So definitely, want to remember those that ultimately fought and gave us the freedoms to do what we're doing here tonight. Talking with you guys a little bit, and as always, may the good Lord bless. Peace, love, and bacon grease.
Peace, love, and bacon grease. And as I always tell you guys, peace up, 8 down, down. Why? It's the greatest sports city there ever was, and there's actual proof to that because Atlanta is rated as the #1 sports city in the entire country. So congratulations, Atlanta.
The local Atlantean?
By Forbes magazine. Thank you, sir. And with that being said, we hope you guys all have an amazing Memorial Day weekend. Remember, as you guys heard the guys say it, the reason for the long weekend is because of those who couldn't enjoy a long life. So salute to all those who have paid the price to our freedom and to all those who have fought bravely and still are with us. Thank you guys so much for what you did for the brave men and women out there. You guys have a fantastic evening. Have a fantastic Memorial Day weekend. Stay safe. It is raining, so be safe out there. Until then, you'll have a great evening. We'll talk to you on Tuesday. Enjoy the outro. Goodbye.